You see, some of our ladies, when it be say, una want marry, go drag on a family, follow body go marry. Like, wetin I mean be say, everything will they happen for una family, for your marriage, your family go there well fit. Some, they'll carry their mama follow body. Wetin I mean be say, you carry your mama follow body, be say, if you do well, you not do well. What your husband do, what your husband not do, you could just begin to let your husband, your mother, they know everything. And your mother will tell you what you want to do for your marriage. I want to make you watch this video. Watch the video till the end. And some people will be saying they depend on their mother for their marriages. They feel say our mother know more than us. Yes, our mother know more than us. Okay, there are some certain things you can take from your mother. There are some certain things you cannot take. You know why? Because you see the way your mother act to your father, where your father feel be around, your husband feel no feel be around. What's your father be? Your husband feel no feel be around. Or the way your mother handle your father, you feel not handle your husband like that. The same father, the same mother, they get different understanding. Let alone the time of your father and the time of your husband don't be the same. Sure you understand? And the way we be say our mother they be follow our father, we these days will not be and follow them. So a lot of difference there. We be say una know they think of those things before una go begin just hand over the key of your marriage. Una can go give her to our parents. So give her to their sister. So before they marry self, their sister now go do everything. Anyhow what they do, the sister now go know. Anyhow what they not do, the sister now go know. It good, don't be say not good though, but not be all family. Some family they go advise you in a right way. They'll tell you, be around, not that's so it be for everywhere, no home perfect. But some family they will tell you, say, why that man go treat you like that? Her own husband not they treat her like that. Whereas you know what the one your sister did. If you was pass your own way, be say, should they tell your sister, say, sister, see what it happen, see what my husband they do. I just want make una watch this video, make una see wetin mother and okay, wetin her family do to her marriage. If you don't watch her, you feel take sense. So if it makes sense to you, if you take some more idea, if you take some more advice, take advise yourself. Say not be everything when it happen for your home. Now your parents go know. Now your people go know because this life, like they say, is not balance. So now that one I get to tell you guys. Make una watch the video till the end. Make una listen to the story about myself. Make you not be saying like me. I just carry the talk out. Till I come your way next time. Stay safe and also remain blessed. Bye.
In-law has tried to shatter my home, giving malicious advice to my wife on how to treat me in the house, also sending various messages threatening my life, also advising her other kids to do the same. Her younger brother is in South Africa. He will call me, threatening my life that he will send boys to me to attack me, that I should tell my father and I should tell his own father that is what he's going to do. Recently, she sent thugs to my house and her mother to my house, and then even also sent.
The thugs told you she was one that sent.
I said immediately they came as regards the issue that happened, and then they were threatening me that I should go and apologize to the mother.
Okay, all right.
So also a man in a Nigerian army uniform, no tag, no nothing. I informed my father-in-law that this is what's been going on. My wife's mother came, August 23rd to be precise, to pack my wife's
last
load.
year, 2020?
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Yes, Your Honor. Packed her things out of the house. Thank God I had come, and it was on a Sunday. I went out, we had a quarrel. I went out to cool off. On returning back, she had already packed my kids to her parents' house, packed her load. In process of packing her load with her younger brother, I came in. I started recording what was going on, sent it to a church member that is aware of all the harassment the mother has been doing. Even the church had reported it around 2015, the church banned her from coming to our house. But recently, because we had a baby, my wife pleaded with me that, okay, please let my mommy come for Omugo and things like that. And I accepted. That was the problems. I treat her like my own mother. When she came for the Omugo, I will wash her car. And she stays in the same vicinity. Why is she coming to sleep in our house, coming to poke nose in our affairs? Man and wife, they will have their problems. When she wasn't interfering in our marriage, there was peace. To the extent that sometimes my wife will always go there. Each time she goes there, she comes back with a different attitude. This scar on my head was because of her mother. This scar, my wife hit me with iron on my head. I didn't report it to the police. I didn't do anything. I just reported it to the church overseer, and I kept my calm. So these things have been going on. Assuming I did not see when they came to pack the load, because the younger sister had already called me a murderer. They will say because you've lost your job, you don't have anything to do, you have killed our daughter. So these things, that's that. And then recently I've been providing, because after she packed out August 23rd, I've not seen my children, and I've been providing for them. I have proof of money being sent to them on a monthly basis. I still paid their school fees. The father changed the school, because this is not the first time she has run out of our house. She did this and in anger previously around 2016. I went to pick my kids from the school because I'm the one that pays their school fees. It was then she started panicking. Now went to my parents' house and saw my kids there. Now packed back home, pleading with my parents. The same thing has happened now. Presently, she's still in her mother's, in her parents' house. My father and I, we've tried our possible best, to the extent that we've gone to their house afterwards that, okay, let us settle amicably. They refused. My father went there single-handedly, talked with her own father as well, man to man. They refused. So I have no option. I'm not seeing my kids. I'm sending money. Because of the position of things, there's nothing I've not done for her. I apply for jobs for her. She's not working. I opened a shop for her in front of our house. She doesn't do it. It's not productive. I've tried my best. I have all the receipts here. I spent over 500,000 naira for her. My capital that I meant to use to continue my business. I did that.
What do you do for a living?
I used to be an accountant, but I lost my job due to restructuring in the company. So, and
What do you do now?
I drive Uber now. Okay. So, but according to how things are in the country, I have to still provide for my family. And I have a company that I registered on my own with CAC, and I do supplies of IT equipment. Once in a while, I supply Fort Oil and things. On the side, if I don't have enough money, I'll meet my dad to lend me. And when I do the supplies, after 30 days when they pay, I give him back his money. Trying to meet up things. Assuming it's because, okay, I lost my job that the disrespect is this much. Not to the extent that your mother will start sending people. She's swearing for me that I will not reap from my children. That any day I taste 1 naira from I have the recording on my phone. Any day I taste 1 naira from my children, I will be ridiculed, I will die. Why? The only issue I and my wife have is that she says I drink too much. Yes, I have my alcoholic problem, which I have gone for treatment. That is a problem between man and wife. Not to the extent that her mother is coming to interfere. She even insulted my father when he went to see the grandkids in their own house. So my father, as an elderly person, said that is even enough, that he has tried his own best, Your Honor. That this embarrassment is becoming too unbearable, that we should actually look for ways we could get justice. That's why I came here, Your Honor.
Okay. So, what do you have to say to this? I'd love to listen to you.
Okay, so I met and married Yemi in May 2013. We dated for about 10 months before we got married in the 11th month. I knew he takes alcohol. But I didn't know it would be a problem, especially after he has a wife and then decides to be responsible. But as soon as 3 weeks into the marriage, I realized that the alcohol was a problem. Then came the beating. Whenever I talk, in fact, sometimes after these 7 years, 4 years we stayed with his parents. Sometimes when he gets too much on me, I'll go and meet his mom or his dad to help me talk to him. The way they will change it, and suddenly I'll become the bad person. Nobody talks about him drinking. Nobody sees anything bad with what he's doing. Sometimes he'll go out 3 days, 4 days, you won't see him. He mentioned that he lost his job. It was as a result of the same drinking. He'll go out on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning, Yemi is rushing into the house and he's changing his shirt to go to work. With hangover, red eye, he'll just throw tom-tom into it. Sometimes he won't even shower. I'm the one that will actually drag him to the bathroom. Go and take your bath before you go to work. And you are telling me that your boss will not see all these things. Sometimes, one time he came back drunk and hit me. So I went to meet his mom and I said, please, mom, help me talk to this young man. This beating is becoming too much so that it doesn't get out of hand. She said that I don't behave like a well-trained child. I should be the one to make him stop the drinking. Anything my husband does to me, I should use it as cream and rub my body. That aside, along the line, it became too obvious. He says I usually go to my mom to talk. That is not necessary. We married and we live in Ago. I just told you that out of 7 years, 4 years we stayed with his parents. It is the same beating that made his father send us out of the house. Several times, he will earn his salary today. Tomorrow, he will tell you he doesn't have money to go to work. I was a teacher then. Sometimes he will tell me, help me with 2K, let me fuel my car to work. I don't have transport to go to work. I'll say, okay, is it this small petty teaching job that I'm using to take care of myself that you want to still collect from? Okay, fine. Take ATM, withdraw 2,000 to fuel your car. Yemi will go and clear the account. Some other times, there was one that his mom was involved. He said, hey, give him now a phone. It's not the same work he's going. Give him the ATM. I gave him the ATM. He did the same thing. That was when I said I wasn't going to be wasting my resources on his alcohol again. Somebody that earns almost 200,000 today, 3 days into the new month, he doesn't have money anymore. Okay, baby needs diaper. Baby needs this. Baby needs that. Hey, don't ask me. I don't have money. I took loan. I said, why are you taking loan? People take loans when they have big projects. You are always taking loan because you are always owing. If you are not owing in a bar, you are owing in the hotel. If you are not owing in the hotel, you are... Then several accidents. I can't count how many things we have lost to alcohol. My wedding gift was a car. Yemi drove the car, had an accident several times, suggesting that we could not repair it. He had to sell it as scrap. My laptop that I entered his house with, he used it as collateral in a bar. Then came numerous phones. I can go on and on and on and on and on to show you the effect of how alcohol has affected our lives. The reason he says he's quarreling with my mom is because she will ask me, how is your husband doing? He is fine. Is that not the simple answer? But he is fine. I'll be painting him, oh, he's wonderful, he's this, he's that. And then tomorrow they are hearing news. So at the end of the day, they will go back home with information different from what I am saying. So that alone, according to him, says I'm reporting him to my mom. The evening he mentioned I broke his head. He went out to drink 2 days before, he did not come back. So that alone has crushed my spirit. I decided I wasn't going to talk to him. So in the evening, then it was just 2 children we had. I took my 2 girls to spend the evening with my mom at her shop. Around like to 7, he started calling. I refused to pick. Yes, I was angry. I refused to pick. On coming back into the house, he charged as usual to come and beat me. So iron was the closest thing, and I hit him on his head. And if he keeps complaining about my mother, you need to find out what exactly is the problem with my mother. Is she the only mother on this earth? Why is it that it's only her you are having issues with? It is because you have not been doing well, because you drink too much. And you cannot expect the woman to keep quiet. He himself said that he banned her from, and truly she stopped coming. For 3 years, my mother did not visit me. She did not visit. Why? Because according to her, my husband has banned her. Now I had to start struggling between pleasing my husband and pleasing my mother.
What happened on 23rd August?
There was an event in the compound the day I left. There was an event in the compound and I went with my daughter. On coming down, he started flogging the girl. 6-year-old girl. What did she do? And I asked, what did she do that you're flogging her like that? Okay, you cannot beat me anymore. It's now my children you want to be beating. Does it make sense? That is after children that you are not feeding. That very day, what he started doing was he would take plates, he would go outside and buy his own food, come back and eat it. Whatever the children will eat, he's not interested. He doesn't care. It is just me and the children. Anything we're able to scratch, anything we're able to manage, we'll end up eating it like that. So I looked at it that, how long will I continue like this? This is not the life I planned for myself and my children. So I decided to leave. I left.
When was that? When did
That
you leave?
August, he said.
23rd. Okay.
Yes. I left, and for 6 weeks, nobody bothered to ask for me. So I
didn't
told
look
him,
for you?
He didn't look for me. No, but he didn't even
Even
call.
the children.
He didn't even
Is that-
call.
No, ma. I reported the incident.
Don't worry. Let her finish then. You still
So I
report.
took the matter to this our local police station. They have this human rights department. The reason I did that was, let me see if I can compel him to provide for his children. And all he came blabbing, if you return his diary, that he wants a divorce, that all this one that he's doing, he's no longer interested, that my foolish father is intimidating him. They had to detain him that day. Like, are you okay? This is your in-law you are insulting. They slapped him and they detained him in the police cell that day. Like, if you
Who
don't,
slapped him?
the policeman in charge. If you don't have iota of respect for other people, you don't talk to your in-laws in that manner. So eventually, he said he was going to be providing 40,000 for the children. It was only once from that September till date. It was only once we saw that 40,000 naira. Around December again, my dad called him and said, young man, are you telling me you're going to leave your responsibilities for me to be taken care of? And I said that.
Your dad?
Yes.
Okay.
That you should not call him again, that when the children grow up, they will look for their father.